Have you ever tried riding a public utility jeepney? I bet most of us did experience this countless times here in the Philippines. The blaring horns, the colorful decorations, and the friendly banter amongst passengers. It's a quintessential Filipino experience, one that's as much a part of our daily Filipino routine as our morning cup of coffee. But as I looked around, I couldn't help noticing the wear and tear on the vehicle. The frayed seats, the thick exhaust fumes, and the cramped space. It got me thinking about a current initiative that the Philippine government has established that is still in the course of its full implementation, stirring a debate amongst the government and the citizens, with strong opinions on both sides. A pleasant day, folks. I am Mark Medalla, your host for tonight, and I welcome you all virtually to Beyond the Headlines, unveiling the stories that matter. For tonight's episode, we just held this one virtually due to the circumstance that our main studio has been currently under upgraded construction since last week, and I do hope that it will be as stimulating as our past episode to you folks. Anyway, in today's episode, we will be delving into a prevalent topic that has sparked myriad debates, protests, and policy discussions affecting millions of Filipinos, and that is jeepney modernization. We're going to explore this topic in depth as we have here our panel of guests, each with a unique perspective in such a program. Is it the path to a safer, cleaner, and more efficient public transportation system? Or does it threaten the livelihoods of countless drivers and small operators? Everyone, help me welcome our guests, Zinli Cabigas, Christine Ann Lawas, Janine Aton, Mariel Habala, Mary Jessamine Bursella, and Vanessa Gonzalez. Hello, Zinli, Christine, Janine, Marielle, Mary, and Vanessa. First of all, thanks for being here tonight. It's really an honor to have you guys here in my segment. But before we delve into our main agenda, I would like you guys to introduce yourselves for the sake of our audiences. Let's start off with Zinli, followed by Christine, Janine, Marielle, Mary, and Vanessa.
Hello everyone. I am Zenli Cabigas, 37 years old, and I have been jeepney driver for almost 10 years.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Christine Anlawas, and I am one of the current board members of the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board.
Hi viewers, it's Janine Aton speaking, and I have been in industry of owning and operating jeepneys for half a decade.
Hello guys, my name is Marian Habanya, same with Jenny. I also own Jeepney, 16 to be specific, and I have been such a business for 11 years.
Good day, audiences. I am Marjisa Bursala, a 19 years old freshman student in CIT University, and I have been a jeepney commuter for nearly 8 years now.
Hello everyone, I am Vanessa Gonzalez, a graduating HM student at Cebu Institute of Technology University. And since the day I was born, riding jeepney is already a part of my daily routine.
Thank you for the brief introduction, and I do hope that you guys feel comfortable there. Without further ado, let's get started. You know, this topic is really a trend these days. It is quite noticeable that people across the country have different and jarring views with jeepney modernization. Some would say that it's a very inconsiderate move by the government to implement such an initiative. Others would also say otherwise, due to the fact that jeepneys contributed to the pollution that we're currently facing. Anyhow, Zinli, considering that you are a jeepney driver for 10 years, what's your stand about this initiative by our Philippine government?
Well, it's a kind of news as which side I would be on. I object to this initiative. Well, the main issue is the cost. Even with the government subsidies, the new jeepneys are extremely expensive. Most drivers, including me, can't afford the loans required to purchase them. This program might push many of us out of our jobs, which means no income for our families. For many of us, driving a jeepney isn't just a job, it is our livelihood. We rely on our daily earnings to support our families, pay for our children's education, and cover our household expenses. The income we generate barely meets our needs, and now, with the prospect of taking on a significant loan, the financial pressure is immense. This program, although intentioned, risks pushing many of us out of jobs. If we can't afford to upgrade to the new vehicle, we lose our means of earning a living. And when that happens, it doesn't just affect us jeepney drivers. It has a ripple effect. Our families will suffer without a steady income, and the local communities we serve may see reduced transportation options. Moreover, the traditional jeepney has been a symbol of Filipino culture and resilience. Many of us have been driving these vehicles for decades, and the abort shift to modernizations feels like a threat to our heritage and way of life. So, while the idea of modernization might seem appealing on paper, the real world application for drivers like me are doubting and potentially devastating.
Well, that's really a good point. It's apparent that the financial burden of jeepney modernization is a significant concern for many drivers. Your insight about the potential ripple effects on families and communities is very poignant and something that needs careful consideration. Given the deep cultural significance of the traditional jeepney and its role in supporting livelihoods, what do you think would be a more balanced approach to modernization that addresses both the need for progress and the financial realities faced by drivers like yourself?
That's a great question. I think a more balanced approach would involve the government providing greater financial support and more flexible loans terms specifically tailored to our needs. Additionally, a phased implementation period will be help us gradually adopt the change without an immediate finance burden. Preserving some traditional jeepneys as cultural icons while modernizing others could also strike a balance between progress and heritage.
Okay, thank you, Zinli. Those are thoughtful suggestions that could indeed help in finding a middle ground. Now let's turn to Christine from the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board. Christine, you have a unique perspective on this issue, considering that you are one of the current board members of the LTFRB with some leanings towards supporting modernization. Could you share your views on how the government is addressing the concerns raised by drivers like Zinli and how you see the program benefiting the broader community?
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate the opportunity to discuss this important issue. The government is very aware of the financial concerns raised by drivers like Zenli. That's why we have put in place financial assistance programs, including loans, subsidies to help the ease the transition. We are constantly evaluating these programs to ensure they are accessible and effective. While the cost is ended high, it is important to consider the long-term benefits. Modernized jeepneys will significantly reduce pollution, making our air cleaner and improving our public health. They also come with enhanced safety features like GPS, CCTV cameras, and speed limiters, which will protect both drivers and passengers. In the long run, this can reduce accidents and save lives. Moreover, modernization can create new job opportunities in manufacturing and maintaining these new vehicles. Yes, there will be challenges in the transition, but the overall goal is to build a more sustainable and efficient public transportation system that benefits everyone. It is about finding the right balance and ensuring that no one is left behind in the process.
Thank you, Christine. It's reassuring to hear that the government is actively working to make the transition smoother for drivers. The long term benefits you've mentioned, such as reducing pollution and improving safety, are indeed crucial points that cannot be overlooked. Given the significant changes that modernization will bring, how does the LTFRB plan to address the cultural and heritage aspects of traditional jeepneys, which are an iconic part of Filipino identity? How can we modernize while still preserving this important part of our culture?
The cultural and heritage value of the traditional jeepney is something we deeply respect and want to preserve. We recognize that jeepneys are not just a mode of transportation, but a symbol of Filipino creativity and resilience. To address this, the LTFRB is considering several approaches. One idea is to designate certain routes or areas where traditional jeepneys can continue to operate, allowing them to serve as a cultural icons while the majority of the fleet transition to modern vehicles. Additionally, we are exploring the possibility of integrating the aesthetic elements of traditional jeepneys into the design of the new models. This way, we can retain some of the unique, colorful characteristics that make jeepneys so beloved. Furthermore, we are planning to establish jeepney museums and heritage parks where preserved traditional jeepneys can be displayed and appreciated by the future generations. These spaces will celebrate the history and evolution of the jeepney, ensuring that its cultural significance is not lost.
Thank you, Christine. It's great to hear that the LTFRB is taking steps to preserve the cultural heritage of traditional jeepneys while moving forward with modernization. Balancing progress with tradition is indeed a challenging but important task. At this point, let's hear from Janine, who has been a jeepney owner for half a decade and opposes the idea of modernization. Janine, what are your main concerns about the modernization program, and how do you think it will impact you and other jeepney owners?
First of all, I concur with Zenli. The financial burden is too much. Many small operators like myself cannot afford the new vehicles. Even with the subsidies and loans offered by the government, the cost of modernized Jeep is so high that it will take years, if not decades, to pay off the loan. During this time, we've been left with very little income to support our families. One of my major concerns is that this modernization program could potentially wipe out small operators. We have been in this business for years, and it's not just about driving, it's about maintaining and managing our vehicles. The high cost, the financial risk could force many of us out of business, leading to job losses. This will not only affect the drivers, but also the families and communities that depend on this income. Additionally, if small operators go out of business, there will be a fewer jeepneys on the road, which means reduced services for commuters. Many passengers rely on jeepneys for their daily commute because they are affordable and accessible. If the number of jeepneys decreases, commuters might have to wait longer or pay higher fares for other modes of transportation. This could particularly impact low-income individuals who depend heavily on jeepney for their mobility. Moreover, there is also the issue of maintaining the new vehicles. Modernized jeepneys require more advanced and expensive maintenance. Small operators may struggle to keep up with these requirements, leading to potential safety issues over time. Lastly, the traditional jeep is more than just a vehicle. It's a symbol of our culture and identity. It presents the genuinity and resilience of the Filipino people. The modernization program seems to overlook this impact, focusing solely on economic and environmental benefits without considering cultural impact.
Thank you for your insights, Janine. It's clear that the financial strain and potential impact on small operators are significant concerns. Your points about reduced services for commuters and the cultural significance of the traditional jeepney are also very compelling. Given these challenges, what specific measures or adjustments would you like to see from the government to make the modernization program more feasible and supportive for small operators like yourself?
To address these challenges, there are several measures that the government could consider to make modernization program more feasible and supportive for small operators like myself. Firstly, the government should provide more substantial financial assistance, including grants or subsidies that cover a larger portion of the cost of modernized jeepneys. This could help alleviate the burden of taking substantial loans and make the transitions more manageable for small operators. Additionally, there should be more flexible loan terms with lower interest rates and longer repayment periods. This, this will ease the financial strain on operators and allow more sustainable repayments plan. Moreover, the government could explore options for providing technical assistance and training programs to help small operators adapt to the new technology and maintain requirements of modernized jeepneys. Furthermore, there should be a comprehensive plan for phasing out traditional jeepneys that takes into account the livelihoods of operators and the needs of commuters. This could involve a gradual transition process that allows operators to continue operating traditional jeepneys while gradually integrating modernized vehicles in their fleets.
Thank you, Janine, for outlining those practical measures. It's evident that a comprehensive approach is necessary to address the various challenges faced by small operators like yourself. Your suggestions offer valuable insights into how the government can better support the transition to modernization while safeguarding the interest of operators. Now let's hear from Marielle, who has been a jeepney owner for 11 years and owns 16 jeeps and approves the idea of jeepney modernization. Interesting. Marielle, what are your reasons for supporting such an initiative and how do you believe it will benefit both operators and commuters?
Hi, Mark. While I empathize with the concern of my fellow citizens, especially with the jeepney drivers and micro jeepney operators, I believe that jeepney modernization is a crucial step for the future of our country transportation system. Firstly, modern jeepney are safer, more efficient, and environmentally friendly. They come equipped with advanced features like GPS, CCTV, cameras, and speed limiters, which not only enhance the safety of both drivers and passengers, but also improves overall road management. This technology advancement ensures a smoother and more secure journey for everyone. Secondly, modernization will help reduce population significantly. Traditional jeepney are notorious for their high emission, contributing to air pollution and negatively impacting public health. By transitioning to modern vehicles with clearer engines and lower emission, we can create a healthier environment for our communities and future generations. Moreover, modernization will enhance the overall quality of public transportation services. Commuters will benefit from more comfortable and spacious vehicles with improved amenities and accessible features. This will lead to a better commuting experience and increased satisfactories among passengers. Furthermore, embracing modernization opportunities for innovation and economic growth. It stimulates the development of new technologies and industries related to electric and hybrid vehicles, creating job opportunities and driving economic progress. Additionally, it attracts investment in infrastructure and transportation system, further bolstering our national development efforts.
Those are really interesting points, Marielle, considering that you are a jeepney owner. Your points about safety, environmental benefits, and economic opportunities are certainly compelling. Given the significant benefits you outlined, how do you propose we address the financial concerns of drivers and operators who may struggle with the transition to modernized jeepneys?
Addressing the financial concerns of drivers and operators is crucial in ensuring a smooth transition to modernized jeepneys. One approach could be to provide comprehensive financial assistance packages tailored especially to the needs of drivers and operators. That this could include grants of subsidies to offset the cost of purchasing modern vehicles, as well as low interest with flexible repayment terms. Additionally, there should be targeted support programs aimed at helping drivers and operators adapt to the new technology and maintains requirements of modernized jeepneys. This could involve training programs, technical assistance, and access to affordable maintenance services to ensure that operators can effectively manage their vehicles without incurring excessive costs. Furthermore, the government could explore innovative financing mechanisms such as leasing arrangements or cooperative ownership models to help reduce the upfront financial burden on individuals and operators. By pooling in resources and sharing ownership, operators may be able to access modern vehicles at a lower cost while still maintaining a stake in their operators.
Thank you, Marielle, for your thoughtful suggestions and addressing the financial concerns of drivers and operators during the transition to modernized jeepneys. It's clear that a multifaceted approach is needed to ensure a smooth and equitable transition. Now let's hear from Mary, who is a jeepney commuter for nearly 8 years now, who approves the idea of jeepney modernization. 8 years and your age is 19. Considering that fact, may I ask you, Mary, as to why your experience in riding jeepneys is 8 years and counting?
Well, 8 years ago, my family moved from Saudi Arabia to the Philippines for good. My parents had already retired, and they wanted to spend their golden years here in the Philippines with me and my siblings. Since then, I've been commuting by jeepney regularly, as it's one of the most accessible and affordable modes of transportation for me.
Oh, I see. It sounds like jeepneys have been a significant part of your commuting experience since your family's return to the Philippines. Now, Mary, given your years of experience riding jeepneys, why do you support the idea of jeepney modernization?
Absolutely, Mark. The benefits of modernization are numerous, and they greatly influence my support for this initiative. Firstly, the new jeepneys offer improved comfort with better space, allocation, and advanced safety features. As someone who commutes regularly, having a comfortable and safe ride is essential for me and other passengers. Moreover, modernized jeepneys contribute to a cleaner environment by reducing emissions. With the present issue of air pollution in our country, transitioning to vehicles with lower emissions is crucial for improving public health and environmental sustainability. The long-term benefits of a cleaner environment far outweigh the initial higher costs associated with modernization. And also, I see jeepney modernization as a positive step, leaning in a chain of improvements towards safer, better, and more economical public transportation in the Philippines. It's not just about upgrading vehicles, it's about enhancing the overall commuting experience and ensuring a sustainable future for generations to come.
Oh, thank you, Mary, for highlighting the significant benefits of jeepney modernization, especially in terms of comfort, safety, and environmental sustainability. It's evident that modernization holds great promise for improving the overall commuting experience and ensuring a better future for all. Now let's turn our attention to Vanessa, who, since the day she was born, has made riding jeepneys a part of her daily routine. Vanessa disproves the idea of jeepney modernization. Vanessa, as someone who has been a regular jeepney commuter for so long, could you share your insights on why you disagree with the concept of jeepney modernization?
Absolutely, Mark. Well, the main reason I disagree with the concept of jeepney modernization is the potential of fare increase. As someone who has been riding jeepneys for as long as I can remember, affordability is a crucial factor for me and many other commuters. Public transportation should be accessible to everyone, especially those who rely on it daily for work, school, and other essential needs. Modernizing jeepneys would likely to lead a higher fares, which could place a significant financial burden on commuters, particularly those from low-income backgrounds. Many of us already struggle to make ends meet, and an increase in transportation costs could further strain our budgets and limit our mobility options. Additionally, there's the concern that modernization could lead to the displacement of traditional jeepney drivers and operators who are often small entrepreneurs supporting their families. This could result in job losses and reduced services for commuters, creating additional hardships for both drivers and passengers. While I understand the potential benefits of modernization in terms of safety and environmental sustainability, I believe it's essential to prioritize the needs of commuters, especially those from marginalized communities. Any modernization efforts should be carefully balanced to ensure that they do not need exacerbate existing inequalities or place undue financial burdens on those who can least afford it.
Thank you for sharing your insights, Vanessa. Your concerns about the potential fare increase and the impact on commuters from low income backgrounds are valid and significant. It's crucial to prioritize accessibility and affordability in any transportation modernization efforts to ensure that they benefit all members of the society. Now, before we conclude our segment for tonight, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all our guests for their thoughtful contributions to this important conversation about jitney modernization. From drivers and operators to commuters and policymakers, each perspective has shed light on the complexities of this issue. While there are certainly hurdles ahead, it's clear that there is a shared commitment to improving public transportation for the benefit of all Filipinos. That wraps up today's segment of Beyond the Headlines, unveiling the stories that matter. Once again, I am your host, Mark Medalla. Join us next time as we continue to explore pressing issues facing our communities. Until then, stay informed, stay engaged, and take care. Have a great day, folks.